And that brings us to the next day. So
the next day, cue music from Majora's Mask.
yeah, the moon falls and kills everyone. Hi all, and welcome to another episode of Radio D&D. We really wanted to find a way to share our current campaign, so thanks for joining us. Before we get started, let's introduce ourselves. I'm your Dungeon Master, James Landoff, joined here by...
Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I play Lux.
Hello, my name is Max, and I play Lorien, the Aasimar Paladin.
My name is Mike, and I play Marcus.
My name is Casey, and I play Beatrice.
Now let's roll that recap. Hey there, all you fine fellows. You're listening to 98.3 The Drop. Last time, our gang met with Fitz, a supervisor of Ellie's Elixirs, a renowned potion-making business. As the traditional goblin holiday Gobsfest was not considered a national holiday, the business wasn't required to give its goblin employees the day off. To remedy that, Fitz proposed that the party sabotage the factory, leaving Ellie no choice but to send its goblin employees home for the day. Marcus and Lorien proceeded to distract Ellie by offering her a business deal, while B, Lux, and Halo sabotaged the daily potion brew base. During their mission, Lux found a small vial of sparkling silver liquid in a gift-wrapped box on Ellie's desk, taking it for her own. As Ellie grew wise to Lorien and Marcus's lies, she teleported back, only to find her factory a mess, with the culprits barely eluding her grasp. Last time we left off, you guys were partying hard with the goblins. And, you guys are feeling that sort of after-party dreariness. You partied hard and, you had a lot of fun, but you're just plain exhausted now. The bus arrives at the bus stop in Gobby Town. You guys all pile on, and under the street lamps of the city, you guys make your way back home. I like to think it's like, I don't know, you guys are the only ones on the bus, so you have just this entire bus to yourself.
Nice.
Oh, I want to lay across a row of seats.
Yes.
Or I guess 2 seats.
Well, they're the
the benches.
individual chairs.
Aw.
There's probably like, the back of the bus where it has that like long bench.
I want to lay on that.
Okay. But yeah, do you guys like do or say anything, or is it just like a quiet, let's get some sleep after getting trashed?
This is after the factory?
This is after the goblin party you guys went to.
Oh, shoot.
For Gobsfest.
Yeah, Lux definitely wants to relax after getting trashed, although she will probably ask Marcus and Lorien, like, what happened with you guys and Ellie? We kind of had a plan, didn't we?
The plan was working, and she called me a pervert and slapped me and teleported away. She's not like that. I thought she did. Did she?
No. She just called you a pervert and
she's
yeeted out of there.
Wait, I like this version better. Let him keep it.
Okay, she slapped you. There you go.
Or no, he just added it for dramatic flair.
Oh, I got you.
She struck me across the face.
Lux looks a little verklempt, but also like a little confused. That's awful. So I guess it didn't go well then, which is why you guys...
I asked if you could borrow her clothing, and she didn't let me finish. That was rude.
Why did you ask her specifically that? Can I borrow your... Oh, no.
It was under a stressful situation. What would you have done if you were there?
Probably seduced her, honestly.
Yeah, well, I almost did that. That was a bad promise.
Like my grandfather always said, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
I've heard of that one before.
I'm sleeping in the back, still covered in pea soup. I also ate pea soup at the party.
Yeah,
So-
good.
Delicious.
It was definitely instant pea soup. Everything they
Okay.
have is instant.
You're gonna wake up with a killer stomachache, my guy.
We're all probably gonna wake up with a killer headache, honestly. Drinking that gobbo juice. Yeah, I mean, if only we had known that she was a very powerful wizard. I'm not sure how we missed all of the clues from her running a potion factory and the fact that she wears a wizard's hat. It seems pretty obvious, but I guess none of us picked up on it. Lux just kind of shrugs. At least you guys made it out safe and only with being called a pervert and a little bit of a slap.
And we also had to pay the bill.
Ooh.
That's the biggest insult right there.
That's rough.
Well, we could have probably sent her a check or something.
I'm not really feeling like I'm gonna be ever going back there
Agreed.
or sending her anything. Lux will pull the little silver vial of stuff that she got out of Ellie's office. Hold on, vial of shimmering silver liquid, and just kind of shake it. It looks like a test tube.
What is that?
I don't know. Yeah,
Can I
I
make
don't
a check to see if I know?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
19.
You have absolutely no clue.
Oh.
I was so confident. Like no hits, nothing. And that's
Yeah,
what the glass is made out of.
So it's this sort of like silvery platinum color. It's slightly viscous. You can tell it's like keeps its shape for a time, and then like honey starts to drip down to the cork. It doesn't have anything inside of it. Like sometimes potions will have material bits that signify what they are. This just seems like pure concentrate of some kind of potion.
I'm gonna take it to somebody to get identified. I don't really have the ability myself to do that, but yeah, it was a gift to someone named Nicholas from Ellie. It seems like her boyfriend or somebody. She said my love, so she will
I don't
pull
know
up.
Nicholas.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I probably know Nicholas, but it's probably not Ellie's Nicholas. That seems too coincidental. I don't know. Do I know a Nicholas? I'm sure I do. But yeah, I don't know. I'll take it and investigate and let you guys know what's up with it later. But for now, I guess we should just probably try to get some sleep on the way back and reconvene, maybe not today or tonight, but tomorrow maybe at Mr. Green's.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure we're all just a little tired. Marcus, you didn't get slapped by Ellie, did you?
No, but I'm now terrified of her.
I took the brunt of the assault, if you would call it that.
Yeah, she does seem kind of scary. Oh well. Lex
Well,
just
she did
kinda-
toss us across the entire city without breaking a sweat, so
Yeah.
helped.
That's a little bit scary. I did break into her office. You know, she doesn't have any extra clothes in there. I tried. I looked.
did she only have one pair of clothes?
Well, I mean, maybe she has other clothes at her house, but I don't know where she lives.
Hmm.
Oh, well, it was a nice little party that we attended. But like I said, probably should get some rest.
All right. So as you guys sort of hunker down on the bus, it drops you off at each of your respective stops. And yeah, we see Marcus, whatever stop that is, we see Marcus get off. The bus pulls away and he starts walking down the street. It starts to rain, but for some reason only over Marcus. And as he's walking down the street, we have this sort of side view of him walking down the sidewalk, and the buildings in the background, the cars that pass by, all get less and less detailed. They start to lose their color until Marcus is the only thing in color, and that little bit of drizzle of rain is the only sound we hear. Marcus, you don't realize this, but you go to your apartment. Everything is still this black and white color. You open your door as your keys rattle on the lock, and you go to hang up your hat, and on the coat hanger is a indigo pointed hat and a large, or a purple cloak hanging there already.
Great. So internally, Marcus is doing a little bit of a, okay, all right, so I need to be calm. And okay. And he just kind of will try and behave as normal as possible, as like he didn't notice those things. And he'll very cautiously keep going into his apartment.
As you walk into the living room, sitting in an armchair is Ellie, and she just kind of like has her legs crossed as she's looking at you.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Yeah, and she just kind of stares at you for a second, and with a hand gestures to a chair adjacent to her.
Can you get some to drink?
That won't be necessary.
Okay.
Just sit.
She invites him to sit.
And as you know, you were standing there a second later, and then like a split second later, you're in the chair, like without having moved at all.
That's not creepy at all. All right.
No.
Great.
And yeah, she just kind of like dead stares you for a second, and she says, I now understand what you were doing. Where is it?
Where's what?
And as you say that, she like sneers a little bit. Don't play dumb. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You and your gang, whatever you call them, while I was out, they stole something very precious from my office.
Okay. Yes, we are part of a team. Yes, we targeted you, but not for whatever you might be thinking. We were hired to get the goblins off of work for a day. That was it. That was the job.
And she just shakes her head. She says, I find it highly suspicious that the day you and your thugs come to my factory is the same day that I have my treasure stolen from me. Don't you think that's suspicious? Marcus, if that's your name.
I would say it is very suspicious. I don't have an answer for you.
Well, Marcus, I'll give you an option. You bring me back, and as she says this, she holds up her hand, which, levitating in her palm, is a small vial filled with silvery liquid. You bring this back to me, and I can guarantee no harm will come to you or your friends. But if you do not, and as she says that, the room starts to like darken around you, cracks in the walls start to form, I will make your life very unpleasant. Have you ever died from lack of sleep? It's not pleasant.
I'm getting the picture. All right.
Yes.
I will do my best to find your treasure. Do you mind me asking what it is?
I showed it to you. Small vial filled with silvery liquid.
Yes, but like, if the glass breaks, do I have to worry about exploding, or can I get into another vial? Like, I don't know what I'm dealing with here.
You best make sure it doesn't break. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Good to know.
Well, Marcus.
This has been
that-
a very interesting day. I will do my best to get this vial for you. It might take me a couple days to track it down, though. That could be okay?
Yeah, and she kind of thinks for a second and squints at you. That would be fine. Just know, every day that I do not have my vial, you will find it very difficult to fall asleep.
I will do it quick then. Thank you.
Could you make a... This isn't against a spell or effect. This is her deciding whether she is going to make you lose sleep tonight or not. Could you make a charisma saving throw to see how charming you are?
I am not very charming. Let's find out.
Rip.
All right, a 9. I think she's gonna... She's not gonna want to, but she's gonna let you off the hook for tonight.
That's very kind of her.
Yeah, with that, you find yourself already in your bed the next morning, waking up to the sound of your alarm. Fully rested, all of that good stuff.
Awesome. I need to go for a walk and think.
Let's see what everyone else wants to do. So
That's a great idea.
Lux, I know you mentioned wanting to have the potion appraised
Yes.
or identified.
Yes. But both, I guess. Yeah, I want to know what it is. I want to know what it does. Because it seemed pretty important, and it was a gift, and I'm trying to figure out, Yeah, so that's what I would do when I wake up in the morning. That is what I would do.
All right. Yeah. So I think you find this like little magic shop. It's called Ripley's Miracles.
Okay.
And yeah, we actually see the shop before you go inside.
Okay.
There's this cloaked individual standing in front of the counter, and we see this little gnome running the shop talking to her. And she just says, I need something to cause a bit of a distraction. Do you have anything for that? And the gnome kind of like picks his teeth with a toothpick, and he says, well, I might have something. What were you looking for exactly? It doesn't matter, just anything big. I think I have something for you. And he reaches under the counter and pulls out a small glass jar with a live scorpion inside.
Oh,
You break this bottle and gonna have a lot of fun, this little guy. And he slides it across the table to her.
oh my goodness. All right.
You don't see this because you're not in the store yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, and he says, that'll be 1,000 gold if you don't mind. And without hesitation, she slides a large coin purse across the table. Done. I'll be leaving then. And kind of like surprised, he looks at the gold pouch, opens it, like sort of weighs it with his hand, and it seems the transaction has been completed. Just as you're walking through the front door, this individual like bumps past you. You get the scent of like sandalwood and rosemary as she passes by.
Very nice. I'm really sorry I didn't mean to bump into you. Have a good day.
And kind of like taken off guard, she looks at you. You don't see her eyes, you only see like her chin and her nose underneath her hood. But without a word, she hurries away down the street.
All right, that wasn't weird. I will approach the counter. Hi. I have an item I'd like to get appraised or identified.
Oh.
Kind of both.
Yes, we can do that, of course. Let me see the item, please. And he holds
Great.
out his hand to you.
I will pull out the vial. It's very delicate. I'm not exactly sure what kind of potion this is or how it's meant to be applied orally or on the skin. So here, I've never opened it or anything. So it was somebody gave it to me. She will hand it to him.
Yeah, so he has these kind of like long spindly fingers and he like plucks it from your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks over it and you see him like flick down several lenses from like a pair of glasses he has on his head. Looks at it. You see a little bit of like arcane shimmering in the glasses. And he kind of makes a confused face. You say it's a potion?
I think so.
And for a second, he thinks to himself, could you make an insight roll for me, please?
I sure can. That's a 9.
All right, he gets a 17 on his deception roll.
Damn.
So he looks at it and he's like, my dear, this is nothing but glue and glitter.
Well, that can't be true. Well, I mean, maybe. Actually, I'm not sure.
Oh, I hope you didn't pay too much for this.
Oh, I really did. About 100 gold, honestly. It was said to be some sort of, I don't know, some sort of interesting arcane potion. The owner at the time, I'm the owner now, wasn't sure what to do with it, but I was told not to open it unless absolutely necessary. So that's unfortunate. I like to collect little interesting things like this.
Oh, well, that is such a shame. And yeah, you can we can see that he's like holding on to the potion like super greedily and possessively. But you don't see this because of your insight.
Yeah. So she's just kind of nodding.
And he says, "You say you were you paid 100 gold for this little thing. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess I could. I hate to see someone ripped off so badly. I can give you 50 gold for the potion. How's that?"
I mean, no, I think I'll just take it back, and I think it'll look really nice on one of my shelves, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, and he's kind of like smiling that fake smile.
But she has no idea. She's just like, why does he want this if it's not worth anything? It's like really, that's like the wheels are turning a little bit. And it seems pretty obvious on her face that like she's curious to like, because she truly didn't pay anything for it. So she's like, why would he give me 150 gold for like a bottle of glue?
Yeah, right. And he reaches under the counter for a wand, and he like flicks it under his desk real fast. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as he casts Charm Person on you. Oh, well, that's not good.
No, what was the DC?
It was 12.
No!
So this gnome, you all of a sudden see this guy being super friendly to you, and he's just trying to help you out. He knows you got scammed, but he doesn't want it to be too bad. So, 50 gold for this little vial doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it seems great. Like, I'll take the 50 gold. Actually, it's so nice of you to do that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and without letting go of the vial, he slides 50 gold across the counter, and he says, "Pleasure doing business with you."
Yes, pleasure. What was your name again?
My name is Ripley.
Ripley. Okay, great. Thank you, Ripley. Thank you so much. I'm sure I'll be back to buy some other fun stuff sometimes. Okay.
Yes, you have a good day now.
Thanks, you too. She'll leave. Motherfucker.
I'm so sorry.
I am very sorry as well. Like just in general. It's fine.
And I think we just see Lux on the bus somewhere. She has like the 50 gold in her hand. Obviously, you wouldn't do that in real life, but yeah, we just see your face the moment the spell wears off. What do you do?
She pulls the thing on the bus to get the bus to stop. She's like, okay, yeah, emergency. She's like, this is an emergency, and she runs. She's like, I need to go back to. She runs up to the bus driver. I have to go back to the stop that you got me from, the one by the magic shop.
Yeah, and he just like. I don't think there's a problem with you getting back to the shop, but in like traditional trickster magic shop fashion, you get to where the shop was, and it is no longer there.
No! I don't even have detect magic. Why don't I have?
So that'll be you for now. Lorian, is there anything you would do for today?
He would probably figure out why he's feeling so different, because one, his celestial background is becoming more apparent, and he's taking an oath.
Okay.
He's probably going to spend that day, talking to the celestial soul, getting deeper.
Do you go anywhere, like to a church, or is this like a quiet meditation with just your partner?
It would be quiet meditation, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess you probably have like a room at your place where you do this meditation, and yeah, you hear the soul speaking to you. You're doing well, Lorian. I think it's time I gift you more of my power.
As long as I'm deserving, I would never take what is not offered.
We will see your worth in time. But with this, you will be more powerful. Do not let it go to waste. I feel an evil growing beneath the streets.
I have felt this evil as well. There are many corrupt individuals, even in the highest of places. Found more of those fiends.
That imp in the sewer was mind controlling those little creatures. They're not supposed to be able to do that. This worries me, Lorian. Best keep your wits about you.
I always will.
And with that, you feel kind of like water flowing into a river. Like you feel this like wellspring of power flood inside you. Your eyes like glow this radiant light for a second, and without you realizing, you are like hovering slightly off the floor, but then you fall back down.
Like check out his hands, like turn them back and forth, flex his fingers. So when you see that little beam of radiant bands, like gives like a good squeeze. It's ready for whatever's coming next.
And so this is a question for you and your character. How would Lorian feel about like tattoos?
If they are respectful tattoos for his belief and ones that would assist him, let's do it.
On your right arm, you look down as this like sort of glowing light is emanating from it, and depicted on it is you holding your sword, and it's the sort of side profile like Egyptian artwork, and we see a little like these little goblins like cheering and jarring below you, and you're holding your sword up as it's like glowing this dazzling light. It's like refracting in all of these different triangles emanating out from it. You suspect that this is a symbol of your mission accomplished with the goblins.
The good deed tattoos. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. I'm putting those down.
And then I guess that leaves Beatrice. So the following day, what are you doing?
Well, now that I have some gold to spend, I am going to get my dad and Shunwei to the store with me so that I can buy parts to make my battle droid.
Well, I think it's been like a project that you've been working on.
I know, but I gotta get a few more extra parts.
Okay. Yeah, and we see you with a cart full of miscellaneous robot bits.
It's like random ones that are like a little bit more expensive or like people use more often, so they're harder to come by.
And yeah, he loads it into his. I bet he drives like a hatchback or something like that.
Oh, he does. It's was it a Volkswagen?
Station wagon.
Yes.
Yeah, you pile it into his car, and yeah, we see you at the workshop putting it together. I think there's a moment where you start to get like frustrated because it's not turning on. Your dad leaves to go get some like refreshments, and Shunwei opens up his chest cavity, and you see inside this icosahedron, I think that's the word. It basically looks like a soccer ball, like that sided shaped, and there's a bunch of lights sort of embedded in it that are like refracting, and the plates are sort of like moving around this center. And yeah, Shunwei like reaches in, takes it out, and holds it to your little robot. A jolt of arcane energy zaps from his core, impacts on your robot, and you see the little light where its ocular sensor would be. It comes on, and yeah, it like blinks a couple of times, jumps up on the table, and just as Shunwei is bringing the core back into his chest, your dad comes back into the shed with refreshments. You see the look of joy on his face.
It's alive! Oh, was that lemonade?
Yes, it's lemonade. You did so good. I can't believe it turned on.
Well, Shunwei, I don't know what that thing is. Was it basically his life force?
Yeah.
I think he essentially used his life force. Thanks, Shunwei. And I'm gonna like hold my hand up for a high five.
Yeah, he holds up all four of his, and you have to hit each one.
I don't think I'm tall enough.
He holds them down to you.
Aw, how nice.
So yeah, you guys find yourselves meeting up at Mr. Green's. What do you guys talk about? And what are your like the looks on your face as you come through the door?
Oh, Lux looks absolutely distraught and defeated. She is not having a good day. Trademark bad day. She looks downtrodden, for lack of a better term.
I think Mr. Green sees that, and he slides a drink over to you as you come into the door, and he nods to you, a nod that you know means this one's on the house.
Thanks, Mr. Green. This was not my best day. Probably wasn't my worst, but it definitely wasn't my best.
And he's polishing a glass as he looks at you, and he says, "Can't get them all.
That's
There's
very
a fluke
true.
every now and then."
It's just sometimes how the cookie crumbles, huh?
And he nods. He says, "Been in the business a long time."
She will take a sip of the drink and sit down at the usual table waiting for everyone.
Okay.
I come riding in on an Omni droid.
Good.
Like the one from Incredibles. It looks exactly like that one, but it's black and yellow.
Yeah, I actually made a token,
Oh,
so if
and it
everyone looks at the screen.
And on the sides of it, there's engraved bumblebees.
Cute!
Yeah, so you come riding in on this like little machine. Mr. Green,
Little?
or I guess it's a medium machine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bigger than me, so I can ride on it.
Yeah, so Mr. Green like turns around to look at it. He's about to say no pets, but then he sees it's a robot, not a pet. And he just kind of like shakes his head and goes back to cleaning and serving drinks.
Awesome.
But yeah, Lux, you see Beatrice ride over on a little machine,
What is
not
this?
little.
a medium machine. I'm sorry, you're the little one.
I
not
am the little one. My Sheen is not the little one.
What is this, Bee? What's happening here?
I would like you to meet my battle bee.
Oh, okay. It's very battle-y. It's really cool. I've never seen something like. Well, I guess I have watched a couple of the robots fights before. Are you really riding it?
Yes, I'm on it.
She seems a little surprised by that. It's cute, and its name is Battlebee.
Yes.
Okay. Well, cheers. And she'll just lift her glass a little bit and then down the rest of the drink. Look at Mr. Green and be like, one more.
All right. Who is next to come in?
Lauren walks in, constantly rubbing his right arm a little bit. When he spots the ladies and the robot, he's gonna like perk up a little bit, rush over, take a seat, take a look at it. Did you build this?
Me and Shunwei did. And my dad. My dad helped some too.
That's cool.
It's taken me so long, but I finally did it. Well, I didn't do it. Shunwei did it. He used his life force to bring it to life. It was kind of like Frankenstein's monster, I guess. Not really. I don't know. I think it's cool.
Frankenbees.
Frankenbees.
She says that and she looks up and like waves her hand like it's the name of a restaurant or something. Frankenbees.
Oh, is there orange juice?
Yeah, there's orange juice.
Is there orange juice at Mr. Green's?
No. What?
Why?
Why not?
Oh, I guess there would be for like particular drinks.
Cool,
but
cool. I'm just
it's
gonna...
like a concentrate that he mixes with the drinks.
It's like
concentrate.
He could mix it with water and make regular orange juice, I guess.
Oh,
Really?
it's like
Yeah.
Tang.
Never mind. I was gonna ask for orange juice, but I'm not.
Mr. Green has
All right.
Tang and only Tang.
And I guess Marcus is the last one to walk in.
Yep. Marcus is visibly shaken. He looks like he's been walking all day. He just has a haggard look about him, and he's got this really distant look in his eyes, and he goes straight to the bar.
I know
Okay.
that one.
In the same fashion, Mr. Green slides you a complimentary drink.
Much appreciated. Thank you. And he goes to sit down.
Hey Marcus, what's wrong? You look. I see you got the same thing. She points to her empty glass. Seems like you're having a bad day.
Yeah, I had a visitor. He got slapped. I got visited.
Oh, like Ellie?
Yeah.
How did she
So-
know where to find you?
Honestly, that's why I was walking around all day. I didn't know where she was or if she was following me. So yeah, okay.
Wait, did you
okay.
tell her your real name?
No,
You didn't tell her your name is Marcus.
I did tell her my name was Marcus.
Is that
We are going to die. She's just gonna walk into our house.
I am going to die. Okay, so here's the thing. She showed me a happy little vial that was floating in her hand. It's got this weird silvery, glittery thing happening, kind of weirdly viscous. It's apparently really important to her. And she said, I won't sleep until she gets it back.
Oh no, Marcus. Oh.
So
Alexis,
you had something similar to that, right? Because I thought I saw something like that on the bus.
yeah, the word that you used, had, that's very important here. I had something like that. Had is the key word.
You lost the vial?
I didn't lose it.
Then what did you do it?
What I this was not my choice. I sold it.
Were you cursed?
I
Were you
would
charmed?
I would know that I was charmed, correct?
Yes, the parameters of the spell indicate that you know you were charmed as soon as the spell ends.
Yeah, I got charmed. I let my guard down. I was just, being really nice, and it kind of happened, and then this gnome named Ripley from Ripley's Miracles took it. And he gave me 50 gold though, so I guess that's a positive. But yeah, it's gone. And then I went back to go get it, and the magic shop was gone.
Gone. Like, disappeared?
That is what gone means.
But would I know a guy who might know a thing or two about disappearing magic shops?
I don't know. Would you know a guy?
May I know a guy? May I roll
Sure.
to know a guy?
Well, we have to determine his characteristics first. What were you saying, Mike?
I was gonna say we know a gal who's infinitely more magical than anyone else.
We're gonna talk to our worst enemy.
Hey man, if I can get her ire on somebody else, I might go for it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we could just come up with like a reason what happened. Lux looks like the wheels are turning very hard. They're like they need oil, honestly.
That may not be such a good thing, because when she slapped him, he didn't say anything offensive.
Well, I mean, how are you going to tell her? Well, you could tell her that you know it, that you have a lead, and that's where it is. There you go. Then you've given her the information, and she can obtain it from Ripley. I gave you everything you need. One and done. She'll just clap her hands like she's dusting them off. There you go.
That will work partially, but I guarantee you, she doesn't do dirty work. She may get us there, but we'll have to go get it. There's no way I'm asking this woman to go and just go fetch it herself. That's a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
Well, I didn't say you. I didn't tell her. I didn't tell you to tell her to go fetch it herself. I didn't tell you to go tell her to go fetch it yourself. I said that you could just tell her what the lead is.
Yep. And I'm just trying to put. Yes. Cool. Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find this thing. What was he, a goblin? Was he a gnome?
He was a gnome. He was a gnome, and his name was
Okay.
Ripley.
Ripley the gnome. Do we have anything else on this guy?
Yeah, he had,
besides the name?
he wore some glasses that like a tinkerer would wear, and he had like really spindly kind of fingers.
Okay.
Lorian, I do want to give you your chance to do the I know a guy, because I think
Yes.
you should get to do that. So let's go ahead and talk about what the person is before we have you roll. So
His name is Salazar. He is a Triton as well. And Lorian met Salazar, a connection by one of the churches he visited one time. It's like a whole my cousin's uncle's fucking cousin's dentist brother kind of thing.
gotcha.
Like it'd be a stretch, but Salazar is also a competent mage, although he is on the down low. But you know a thing or two, disappearing places.
So the goal would be to have him keep an eye out for like suspicious magic shops.
Or he would know how it was possible for magic shops to disappear and how to reveal them.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make that roll. So just a d20. All right. So what does a 9 mean? All right. So your contact did you a favor which you have yet to repay. So what did he already do for you that you haven't repaid him on?
Salazar was able to remove an incident that Lorian made one time in the church. He was able to fix it. He's got to pay me back, and he hasn't yet.
So did this transaction damage his reputation in a way?
No, but without it, Lorian would have been ruined.
Okay. So in that case, you actually owe him a favor. So
Yes.
He won't be a viable contact at the moment. I'll have to think of what he wants his favor to be for you. So you think, and you're like, it's probably not. He probably won't be able to help at the moment.
All right, gotcha.
I just think that we should try to find this magic shop, but I don't think I'm the one that can do it. And maybe, Marcus, you can tell her that you have a lead on it. So she can maybe she knows him. It is a magic shop, so she may be able to just get it from him. I mean, yeah, you can just say that you heard from someone that it was there and you don't know who.
I think my dad might know a guy.
What?
No?
I mean, you can.
Okay, so my dad used to work for the government, right? Well, he also, worked with a lot of people, and they
Wait, you already owe someone a favor.
I can't owe more than one person.
No,
This is my dad!
No, you can't do that.
Well, wait, mate. I don't owe somebody a favor.
I was gonna say I know a PI. Or my dad knows a PI.
Maybe I
Alex,
know.
you actually are owed a favor, though I'm not sure.
I don't
know how.
I don't think Theo could help, but we could go talk to him and see if he could help. I mean, Theo might know Ripley. Maybe he can give us a lead on how to get to the shop. I don't know. Theo's really nice. She says that and she kind of smiles. He's a sweet guy.
If Marcus were to try to get in touch with Bella, how would he do that?
She did not give you a means to do that.
Wow.
I suppose you could call the. I mean, what was her name?
The lady at the shop,
Marge.
Marge at the front desk. Yeah.
Yeah, the goblin lady. I suppose you could call the front desk.
I'm gonna try that first. I'm gonna ask Mr. Green if
Okay.
I can borrow his phone.
You gonna ask Mr. Green?
If I can borrow his phone, yes.
There's definitely pay phones. Don't worry about the cost though, because that's all goes into the price of living per week. Yeah, you're able to call, and you hear a familiar voice on the end. This is Marcus I'm speaking to.
Yes.
Any luck finding my vial by chance?
I've managed to track it down to a magic shop, but the magic shop has unfortunately disappeared. And I am a non-magical person, and you are the most powerful magical person I'm aware of. I was hoping perhaps you might have some insight as to how I could track down a moving magic shop.
Yeah, so there's a long pause. You mean to tell me you had my vial and you sold it? Lost
I
it?
never had your vial.
I don't know how it got into this magic shop. I just know that's where it is.
Could you make a persuasion roll for me, please?
Oh, this is going very well for us today.
Yeah, so there's a long pause again, and you hear her say, I do not have time to tramps about in alleyways looking for whisked away magic shops. I just don't. This is your fault, Marcus. And if you want to sleep tonight, I would recommend finding my vial. And immediately. And with that, the phone disconnects.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I put the phone down and turned to Mr. Green. Another one, please. Yep. Thank you.
He heard the whole conversation, slides you another one.
Lux sees him ask for another one, and she waves her hand. One for me too, please.
Okay.
Thanks. Have Marcus bring it over.
Yeah. All right. So I grab the other drink and I head back to the table.
Lux
Okay.
takes it from you and cheers you. Cheers. We're screwed.
Yep, that did not go well.
Didn't sound like it.
Okay.
What if we put in a blade advertisement to hire a different blade?
Well, let's talk to Theo first, and maybe we can then decide if we need to or if we know somebody else.
You're right. I don't want to pay people.
We could.
I don't have any money left. Mr. Mayor, could I make a investigation roll to see if I could try and track down any knowledge of Mr. Ripley and his magical movement shop?
I think that would be a great idea. How long are you willing to spend searching the streets for his shop?
Considering I'm not going to sleep tonight anyways, I'm just going to keep going through it.
All right. Sounds good. Go ahead and let's say you can have one investigation roll every hour.
Okay.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Can I? Oh, I guess I can't help because I'm probably banned from the shop for my whole life.
Well,
Okay.
Lauren can go help, unless Marcus wants to run it alone.
No, I'd be glad to have company.
Okay.
Should I
So,
investigate?
or you can give him advantage.
What's your bonus right now?
+5.
My investigation is +0, so I'll give you advantage real quick.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll it at advantage now.
So,
Ooh, a 21. So for the first hour, you're going around asking people if they've seen a magical disappearing shop. You don't find exactly where it is, but you're making good progress. So that's the first hour.
Okay.
Go ahead and make another investigation check if you are continuing. It's probably about 10 p.m. right now.
Woo!
Wow. You spend the next hour, or you spend the first hour looking and asking people. One of them says, oh, it shows up right about there. Another person says, oh, it shows up right about there, but they give you a different name. Right as you're about to start looking around, you guys just turn around and you see a shop that says Tipley's Wonders.
That's what we got so far. Do you want to go inside?
let's do it.
All right.
Just gonna open them doors up.
Yeah, the little bell on the door rings, and this little gnome with long spindly fingers waves his hand at you. Welcome to my shop. I'm Tipley. Nice to meet you. What can I get for you?
Hello, Tipley. I'm actually looking at really kind of a gag gift. It's really kind of strange. Do you have anything that kind of looks like a test tube with some weird silvery, glowy, glittery things? It'd be really neat.
He visibly stops all movement for a split second, and he says, no, I'm afraid fresh out of those.
Interesting.
I think you are. Just gonna shout it from the back. May I intimidate?
Yeah, you can intimidate him.
Because Lauren's a big dude too, so you step on this guy. 17? Oh, do you want to give me advantage real quick? Oh, it's too late.
Yeah, you got to say it before you roll.
17.
So yeah, he starts fidgeting slightly, and he says, "I'm really sorry. I don't have anything for you." And he's reaching under his counter for something.
Well, would we notice that, or do we have to
make an insight roll?
Dang it! Oh, please stop him.
I want to pull my gun off my shoulder and go, I wouldn't do that.
Well, let's see. I know you got a 21. He can still possibly beat you.
Okay. Yep.
He doesn't. He's obviously reaching for something, and you just point your gun at him. He throws his hands up in the air. What? I wasn't doing anything. What? Stop looking at me.
I'm gonna be very, very clear. There was a tiefling. She had a vial. It was glowy and silvery and glittery. Where is it?
Make with advantage a persuasion roll. Yeah, he like gets really irritated and he says, "Damn! Knew I should have changed my name to something less obvious."
Like what?
Fine, I have
Ripley?
your potion. And he reaches under the desk. Do you let him?
I
Oh, my
stopped
bad.
him.
Sorry,
I told him to hold up, and I tell him, my friend over here will come behind the counter and get it for you.
And yeah, he like backs away from the counter.
I'm just gonna walk over and smoothly like vault over it, land quietly. And how big is he, by the way? Zipley.
He's a gnome, so like really short.
So he's like up to his waist real quick. He's gonna like shoo him out of the way.
He was standing on one of those fold out chairs, to see above the counter.
Nice.
And yeah, under the counter you see a small vial in a test tube, and he kind of like sneers as you see it.
Ever seen any other cool stuff?
Make an investigation roll.
18.
Yeah, you do see some cool stuff. You see some like miscellaneous potions. You see his wand, which is what he was probably reaching for.
I'm gonna take the wand and put it on the high shelf so we can't reach.
Oh no!
Amazing. Yes.
Wait, okay.
Classic.
Yeah, so you do that. He gives you an irritated look. You take the vial.
I'm gonna like wave my finger at him. Double crossing isn't fair.
As soon as you turn your back, he like mimics you without saying anything. He's like, but he does it behind you so you can't see. And yeah, with that, you have the silver vial back.
All right. I'm gonna show Marcus the vial, and hopefully it's the right one.
Looks like the right one.
All right, then I suppose we will go back.
And as you guys are like leaving, he says, "I hope you enjoy it. I couldn't even figure out what it was. It's probably not even a potion."
I'm gonna say a word.
And with that, you guys are able to leave. Marcus, I assume you phone the factory once again.
Yes, he would indeed call the factory.
As you're like talking to her, she's a lot nicer now that you've guaranteed that you have her bottle. Yeah, she asks, "Where are you right now? I can come retrieve it and we can be done with this."
Ask what it is, Marcus.
Would you mind telling me what I just risked my life for?
If you make a persuasion roll. 27. I mean, yeah, 20. What? 17.
I did better than I thought I did.
Yeah, so you 17. Yeah, there's like a brief pause and then a sigh. Tell me where you are first. I'll retrieve it, and then maybe I'll tell you.
I'm not going to push my luck here, so he's going to tell her exactly where he is. At the nearest cross street.
Yeah, so you tell her which street. The moment you tell her the intersection, you feel her presence behind you.
Never one leaves anyone waiting. Thank you so much for coming so quickly.
And she has her arms crossed and folds out her hand to take it from you. Bless you.
Bless you.
She blesses someone who walks on the street.
Oh.
Yeah.
Marcus would, say, "Well, here's your vial. Would you want to tell me what it is?" I'm very curious. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, so she takes it. You see her like pass her hand over it, like as if she's casting a spell. She nods and puts it into a little drawstring bag. Marcus, what if I were to tell you that immortality is possible?
I would say that is the dream of pretty much anyone.
Yeah, and she smirks and like looks at you and she says, "Well, let's just say maybe one day you'll find this potion for sale by me." And she winks at you, and with that, she disappears.
Marcus is not exactly sure what to make of this, but he's definitely going to go back to Mr. Green's.
Did any of you, Lorian? I'm assuming you were with them the whole time. As
He
well.
was standing back though because he didn't want to get blasted.
Yeah, at the words immortality, you feel like sort of like an anger almost inside you, though you can't place where it's coming from.
He's gonna put his hand on his chest real quick to make sure he's not, having a heart attack or anything.
No, you're fine. But it comes from like somewhere else. With that, you guys return to Mr. Green's. I don't know if Beatrice would be there, probably at around 11 o'clock p.m.
I probably need to get home at midnight. That's the latest I can
Okay.
sneak in.
Sure. Is Lux still at Mr. Green's?
Yeah, I think she would have waited until they came back at the very least. Or
Showing off all the cool features of my battle bee, and I'll be like, look, in this button, and then cup holders pop out, and I'll be like, it has cup holders.
Good.
she is probably like sipping some, like, she's not hardcore drinking, but she is drinking, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
At some point, you guys see Marcus and Lorian kind of with a breath of, a breath of relief as they walk through the door, like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders.
oh, thank the gods. Oh, you guys look alive? Lux doesn't know what to say. Did you find it?
Yes, we had it. And
Found
we
and returned.
stopped him from charming us, took his wand, put it on a high shelf.
We snap back to the magic shop where, as soon as you guys leave, he casts Mage Hand and brings it down to him.
Dang it! Should have forgotten. Should have taken it with me.
Yeah, I thought later about casting. I should have cast Mage Hand on the fucking vial, and I was mad at myself for not doing that. Casting Mage Hand to grab the vial, but it is what it is. What a great spell. Anyway, so Lux is just you got it and you returned it to her. So everything is fine. Did you find out what it was?
It is the key to immortality.
Wait, why'd you give it back to her?
Because I would probably be dead if I didn't.
I mean, I guess that's fine. I guess that makes sense.
Plus, we just think about mass producing and selling it later. So
Wow. Whoa. That seems like a problem. Is she Lux is just like, I don't really I feel like we should probably not tell anyone about that.
I would agree.
Keep that between ourselves. Key to immortality, huh?
mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, I guess if we're lucky then. You got it back. Now you won't die at Ellie's hands for this, at least. And the goblin at the shop doesn't have it anymore. How'd you find him?
It took a while, but eventually we figured out that he was bouncing over different areas, and we just happened to be in the right spot at the right time.
Oh, that's lucky.
Not 20 lucky.
Yeah, baby. Let's fucking go. All right. Well, job well done. I guess I've learned my lesson about stealing potions from people, and I'll never do it again. You can 100% tell that she's being sarcastic. If, like, nobody has to incite her or anything, she's 5,000% gonna steal another potion in the future. Yeah. I mean, it's getting kind of late. Do you want to take a mission today? You want to meet up tomorrow? What do you guys want to do?
I assume we missed the mission log for today.
Most likely, yes.
Yes.
Marcus, you do notice in his usual corner your friend.
In that case, I'm going to excuse myself from the table and bid them all a good night and head over.
All right, Marcus. See you later. Bye.
See y'all later.
So, yeah, you go over down to his table where, you know, the chessboard is already set, and he gestures for you to sit down across from him. And before starting, you know, he sips his drink, and kind of like eyes you for a second. What would you say Marcus looks like right now?
I would say he looks haggard, tired, and like he was dragged through a puddle.
And I don't think Marcus would have noticed this just yet, but some of your veins, a very, very slight tint of like bluish purple in places.
Okay.
And yeah, he looks at you and shakes his head. Marcus, you're not taking the training too hard, are you?
No harder than I was expecting. He questions.
And he gestures to your face and he's like, just a little blush helps hide it.
Okay.
And yeah, he's referring to like the potion having like a little bit of like an effect on you, or the poison having a little bit of effect on you.
Okay. I really should have asked what the dosage intervals were.
And yeah, he just like shakes his head. Marcus, and as he talks to you, he slides across the table the revolver you handed him.
He eyes the revolver and goes to reach for it.
Yeah, it's in the same state, and as you look at it, he continues, I dug a little bit into the Charlestons. Apparently they hold a tournament every year. A sort of marksman competition, if you will.
Really? I feel like I would have heard about this. Is this something that is exclusive, or is this open to the public?
Well, you have to apply, but once you do that, you can bring a couple of guests, and he like gestures to where your friends were sitting.
Okay, he turns back and kind of nods.
And as you turn back to look at him, he's sliding across the table what looks to be invites. I hope you don't mind. I figured you would apply anyway, so.
A smile flashes across Marcus's face for the first time in probably 12 to 24 hours. And he says, yes, most definitely I would have applied anyways. You know me very well.
He nods. These noble types, the Charlestons, they all keep secrets of sorts. A competition like this is bound to be distracting, in a way. What I'm saying, Marcus, is if you and your friends were to partake in this competition and look into the Charlestons, might not be the worst idea.
Should I look into them before the thing or during the thing?
You can do your research, but I have already done mine. I'm referring to what might lie on the Charleston estate itself.
Oh. What do you suspect might be there?
Yeah, and he kind of like looks downward just to make sure no one's like listening in. He says, I suspect that they're one of the wealthiest families in the upper district.
Oh.
That wealth had to come from somewhere.
You're right. I will have to see where it came from.
And with that, he moves the first chess piece. I hope you're not too haggard to play a game. I hope you don't mind me saying, Marcus, but you look like shit right now.
Well, I feel like shit.
Yeah, and at that, he smirks, and you guys continue your game. And with that, I need everyone to pay their weekly life amount. I'm sorry.
Oh goodness, how much?
I don't have life insurance because he has God on his side.
No, I'm referring to your lifestyle amount.
My dad pays my bills. He does.
But I'm modest, so that's just a 1 gold, right?
So we've got wretched, which is nothing, squalid, which is 1 silver, poor, which is 2 silver pieces, modest, which is 1 gold piece, comfortable, which is 2 gold pieces, wealthy, which is 4, and then aristocratic is 10 gold pieces.
Which one is 2 again? I want to make sure I mark this down correctly. Comfortable.
2 gold pieces is comfortable.
Right. That is what I'm.
Marcus is definitely modest at this point.
Same for Lorian. And now 132 gold.
I did want to let you guys know, if you choose to take him on any other missions, Halo does have gentle repose and can cast that, so the first healthcare option is a lot more viable.
Oh, I think we're definitely gonna take him then. Oh
We love
yeah,
Halo.
we do. We stan. We love him.
You all get your long rest. I don't know if you spent anything. What was everyone's lifestyle?
I had the moderate one. Was it 2 gold coins?
Modest is 1 gold.
What was the 2 one?
Comfortable.
Comfortable?
That one. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is also comfortable, and I had I have life insurance, so mine was 7 a week. Yeah.
Mine was also 7. Yes, because I have life insurance.
All right. If you have a modest lifestyle, you can have a D4 to add to any D20 roll you make.
Really? For anything?
It's a one-time thing, but you can add it to anything you do. You can apply it after a roll. It stacks with guidance as well as
Bardic inspiration.
So if you have, what was that, modest?
It's
You
just
get
So
a D4.
comfortable.
No, so modest is a D4. Comfortable, same thing, except you get a D6.
Ooh. 1d6. That's for the whole week. We get a 1d6 for the whole week.
Correct.
Okay.
This is like how some people get a head start in life.
Yeah. If you are wealthy, then you get a D8. I don't think anyone here is wealthy. And then aristocratic is a D10.
That must be nice.
You can use that at any point during the week. And that brings us to the next day. So
The next day, cue music from Majora's Mask.
yeah, the moon falls and kills everyone. Yeah, so I guess Marcus, do you approach the party with these invites?
I do know that there's going to be some kind of an a firearms contest, and if they wanted to come along, they would be welcome to. But I also let them know that we'd probably be doing a little bit of looking into the family who's hosting this.
Oh, why are we looking into them?
Well, they're extremely wealthy, and as far as some of my contacts are concerned, they can't track down where they're getting their wealth from, and something seems not right.
Did you want to do some research on them, Marcus?
Yes.
Just like for general reading, you would have learned that they were moderately wealthy prior to the war. However, when the war started, they were able to supply a lot of firearms to aid in the conflict. They, affixed their guns to warships and airships, to vehicles, and armed troops with them. So they did get a good bit of money from that, as well as a plot of land in the 10th Kingdom. So that might explain where some of their wealth comes from.
Okay.
But as you know, the family doesn't do much aside from host parties at the moment. They're not in league with any big industries of sorts.
I would, of course, tell the party this since we're all going into this together.
So they don't do anything besides host parties?
Not that I can tell.
I'm interested to go. If we need to look into how they make their money, I don't want to call in my favor from Theo just yet, but he is a restaurateur and does have some good money, so we may be able to get some insight there if we needed to, just as a suggestion.
How many invitations would I have? Would we be able to get him in?
You can bring practically however many party members you want to.
Okay.
Probably limited to yourself and 4 other people.
Okay. So, question is, do we want to bring the restaurateur or the guy who can heal us?
I feel like that's an easy question. We want to bring the guy who can heal us.
Okay.
Like
Hey, I
we
can heal 3 hit points.
we can go talk to Theo first and gain some information. I mean, who knows? Maybe he has a ticket to this thing on his own. He's pretty well to do.
It's possible. We should probably find out.
Yeah. And if not, I'm sure we can call in a favor. He does owe me, though it's not a big favor. But yeah. Well, you guys want to come meet Theo? He's really cool. When's this party?
In a couple of days.
Oh, is there a dress code?
It's in the upper district.
Oof. Okay.
That's a yes.
I want to go shopping.
I think I forgot to mention this, but whoever wins the marksman competition does get a sum of 1,000 gold.
Holy shit. Marcus, did you say you were entering this, or we're just gonna go to chill?
Oh no, I'm gonna be entering this one, but I figured you guys would come along and definitely help suss out what's going on.
Or cheer you on?
If you'd like to do that too, you're welcome to. But
I would love to. Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like a very fancy party. Yeah, I need to go shopping as well. I have stuff, but it's like for recitals, so I don't think it's fancy appropriate. It's fancy-ish, but not that fancy. So in the few days before this, we can go talk to Theo. We can go shopping and make sure that we all like look good, and you can get your gun ready.
If at all possible, Marcus would try and figure out a way to upgrade his weapon beyond what he's already done.
Do you have the accurate mod?
I do. Damaging and accurate.
For a marksman competition, I will say the accurate one is probably the go-to for this.
Yes.
So, Lux, you're going to Theo?
Yeah, and then I'd like to go shopping, so I'd probably bring... I mean, if everybody wants to come along, that would be great, but I would probably definitely bring B if nobody else wants to come.
I'm coming.
Because Lux definitely needs to go shopping, so yeah.
You go to the restaurant, and he's there sipping a silver bullet.
Very nice. Yeah, I will go in and I will go up to him at the bar and just kind of give him a little nudge. Be like, can I get a silver bullet, Theo?
Yeah, and he like turns a little like surprised, and then his face lights up when he sees you. Oh, Lux, yes, of course you can.
It's really good to see you again, Theo.
It's good to see you too. Now, what can I do for you? And he like looks over your shoulder at you, Beatrice. Do you bring your friend?
Oh yeah, I'm still riding on him. Wait. Are we in the middle district?
You're in the restaurant. You're in the middle district, but the upper middle district.
Fine. Right before we went in, I would have been like, wait. I think you should probably stay outside. And I'm gonna like tie him to a lamppost. Like,
there's a bike rack.
I'll tie him to the bike rack.
That's amazing.
And then I'll come in.
He takes up a whole parallel parking space. All right.
And I'll
Yeah.
tell him, sit, and then he like all of his legs like go into his body, and then he turns like red, his eyes turn red, and then it like shrinks down into his body and he locks down.
Good.
That's amazing.
He makes a sound as you walk away.
That's fantastic. So when Theo looks over Lux's shoulder, she'll look behind her and be like, "Oh, and this is my friend B."
Yeah, he reaches to shake your hand.
What's his race again?
He's an elf.
He's an elf.
I'm gonna just reach my hand up above my head.
Okay. Yeah, he takes your hand and like kisses it. Pleasure. I don't get many clientele your age, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Also, I would wash your hands. I think I have oil still on my hands.
Yeah, and he like rubs his fingers together and takes out a handkerchief and not a problem.
Sorry, my dad's a mechanic.
Yes,
I'm a mechanic.
I can. Wonderful.
Sorry
Lux,
about that, Theo.
Wonderful to have you in my restaurant with your friend. And he just kind of like lets that statement hang in the air for a second.
Yeah, she seems embarrassed, but just kind of pats him or touches his arm gently. I wanted to thank you again for the taco arts thing that they've successfully shut down. So you really
yes,
helped.
I noticed.
Yes. So, I did have a question that I was hoping that maybe you could answer, considering the upscale clientele that you service.
What would you like to know?
So I just wanted to know if you had any information on the Charleston family. Is that right? It's Charleston, right?
Yep, Charleston.
Okay. Yeah, the Charleston family. I've been invited, and she will take out the invitation to the gun competition. I'm not exactly sure. It's not really my thing. You know, I'm more of a musician myself, but I'm going with B and a couple of our other friends. So one of our friends is competing.
I'm sitting at one of the restaurant tables now.
Okay. A waiter comes over to you and
Oh,
takes...
hi. I would like a glass of water and some breadsticks, please.
He walks away.
I'm going to order more.
So yeah, you give him the invitation and he kind of like looks at it with a sour face. Guns aren't really my thing either. Seem a bit brutish if you ask me. And he hands back the invitation. But it is supposed to be one of the biggest parties in the Upper District. I know the Charlestons are quite well off.
Yeah, it seems that they've come across money somehow, but nobody really seems to know how, except for the fact that they sold guns during the war. Marcus did relay that to us, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it seems like all they do is throw parties, though, at least from what I was told, and you wouldn't know anything about what else they may do, would you?
Yeah, he kind of shakes his head. I'm sorry not. I'm afraid not, my dear, but it might just be that they are well funded by the government since they helped so much during the wartime.
Oh,
A lot of people see the Charlestons as heroes, but I don't buy it. They're nobles with money, but at heart, I don't think so.
Oh, why is that? You've had some unsavory interactions with them.
Not me, but I believe the history is a little muddied with... Let's just say I don't believe the wealth they have is all theirs.
Well, that's interesting. Well,
I believe there were actually rumors that this family was once pirates. Can you believe that?
Oh goodness, that is quite unsavory, actually. Pirates. That is quite unsavory indeed. I mean, you know, rumors, there's always some truth in rumors, so I'd be interested to find out if maybe there's a little bit of truth in that, but I'll do some research myself.
Beatrice, the waiter, has brought you water and breadsticks.
Thank you. Now, what kind of restaurant is this?
It's probably a high-end like Spanish restaurant.
Ooh. You have chalupas?
I actually don't think that's a very high-end Spanish
I don't know what high-end
food.
Spanish
I don't know
foods
either,
are,
but I'm
James.
sure they're,
Paella, maybe.
yeah, they're
You got
paella.
some empanadas?
Some bacon
Yes.
wrapped figs. Some,
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
I would like
Some
2 orders
chorizo.
of your empanadas, please.
Yeah, he like nods a little impressed with
Oh,
your
and
accent.
also, I would like a big bowl of queso.
Okay, at that point he just walks away. Is there anything else you wanted to ask Theo before you go?
No, I think I'm good there. Yeah, that doesn't count as my favor, does it?
Nope. You were just
No.
talking to him.
Yeah. Okay, that's good information though. I'll have a silver bullet with him and then collect B and
All right, now that's gonna be your favor if you. No, I'm just kidding.
I will pay for that. I'll have a silver bullet with him and chat him up and talk to him about whatever else we would normally talk about, boys, whatever.
That's
and
my
then
bill.
collect B.
It's assumed that it's all included at the end of the week. The life maintenance.
Okay, cool.
Sort of.
All right, well.
You can eat out once a week. Remember? No, just kidding.
Well, while I'm here, I might as well get one for my dad.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Oh my god.
The waiter visibly looks like he has a migraine at this point.
Hi, can I get one more empanada, please?
He just like nods his head and
And a to-go
walks
box,
away.
please.
He continues walking and nods his head.
Thank you.
When that happens, Lux leans over to Theo and is like, I'm really sorry about her. She's new to this sort of thing. She's I'm trying to teach her.
He nods like, bless you. Bless you.
Oh my gosh.
Is there anything anyone would like to do before the...
I leave a 5 gold tip on the table.
Okay, you can do that if you want.
Just to be like, ha!
It's a lot of gold to be tipping.
Yeah,
yeah,
just to be
B.
like, oh shit. Never mind, I'll leave a gold on the table. Is
That's-
that a good tip?
That's
You
fine.
you leave 5 on the table and Lux walks by as you're doing that and she's like, pick up 4 of those.
Yeah, right.
Be like, did you try the empanadas? They were so good.
They are really good.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before the marksman competition?
I gotta get my clothes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we
So
go buy clothes.
how much are you all spending on clothes?
I want to look fancy. I want to look like I belong there. So that is my modus operandi. Like I want to look like aristocracy, I guess.
Okay.
And then we'll go down from there.
So I think the majority of people who live in the upper district probably wear somewhere around like 500 gold outfits.
No thanks. No, we're going. All right, let's go down the next level.
All right. If you want to like at least look the part, it would be 100 gold.
Jesus. No thanks.
Oh,
All right.
oh.
And then you're looking at 50 gold for something that's just getting by.
Yeah, I will go with I want to look the part. I will pay the 100 gold.
Okay. You'll probably get like a couple of like looks and snide remarks, but they won't say anything directly to your face, probably.
Marcus better win this competition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 100.
You're gonna spend 100 gold?
Yeah, I want to look decent. I'm following the example.
I will note that we both spent 100 gold and just lean down to B and be like, I'm gonna get this back from Marcus, don't worry.
Awesome, thank you. I have to help my dad sometimes with the mortgage.
I understand. I mean, my dad's dead. she just very casually says and like stands back up like it's no big deal.
Oh, mine too.
Wait,
What?
what?
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
I'm adopted.
Lux is like, wait, what?
Yeah, my dad died in a factory accident. It's okay. I have another dad though.
How traumatic was that to go to the potion factory? Jeez.
God, that must have scarred you. Yeah, Lux just like pats B on the shoulders and like, I'm really sorry. I didn't.
Oh, it's
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
I didn't know him or my mom, so it's okay. My dad's cool.
I
All
didn't
right.
know my parents either, so.
Samesies. But you can have my
Bonding.
dad. My dad's pretty cool. He makes casseroles.
You know what? I will take you up on that. I have not had a proper casserole in a very long time.
I hope you like tuna. Makes a lot of tuna casseroles.
You know, I'm a little iffy on tuna, but we can talk more about it later. You know, when casserole time comes.
Unfortunately, casserole time is not now, but maybe sometime.
Maybe
the
sometime
future.
in the future.
Marcus and Lorian, are you guys spending money on like outfits or?
Would you say that Lorian's already pretty fancy dress counts? We'll have to step it up a little bit.
How much would you have spent on said dress?
I don't know if Lauren's wearing a dress. I mean, he looked good
I'm
enough.
sorry.
But
I'm sorry.
He makes.
How much would you say you would have spent on said attire?
Said dress.
He's not wearing attire either. I know. Jeez, darn it.
But he doesn't need a giant upgrade. Lorian won't need a giant upgrade because he already has like good clothes, as seen in the first session. What would 32 gold get me as an upgrade?
Well, let's put a number on what yours is currently. Do you want to roll to see how expensive your attire is currently?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and roll just 10d10.
Ooh. Good luck.
49.
Okay, so yours is about that place where people will make like comments under their breath or behind your back, but not directly to you.
How much did everybody else spend?
100.
All right, that was like from 0 to 100 though. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Lux had some pretty nice clothes in the past, but like she wanted to get something new and fancy just in case she saw somebody that had ever come to one of her performances. You know?
yeah, I don't want to spend 100 gold. So let's do like 50 gold.
Okay. You want to do the 50 gold and just like accent and accentuate your current attire?
Yeah, like gold lining and like a new jacket, that kind of stuff.
All right, cool. Yeah. I believe that should be good. And then Marcus.
Marcus is gonna kind of dress the way he normally dresses because he wants to kind of play a psychological game of them underestimating what he's capable of.
Interesting. I like it. You guys all make your way on the day of the competition. You guys make your way to the upper district. You have to go through the toll wall, which is like this massive toll booth that separates the upper district from the rest of the city. And once you get inside, the buildings are like towering. The streets are immaculately cleaned. You see the ring system where the zap train runs along, though you see no train.
Ring system?
Yeah, it operates on a ring system.
So it's not like...
It's not a rail, specifically. Do you guys take the zap train, or are you going to get a cab?
You can take the zap train.
We take
Yeah,
the zap train.
That sounds cool.
We're stunting on people.
Yeah, so Center Station is, just a short bit of way. you guys come to the station, and as you get there, trains are coming in and out from all directions, though you never actually see them right before they arrive. It's just like 1 second they're not there, and then another second and they are. Almost like they're teleporting, almost.
Do we know what station we need to go to get to the Charlestons? To the archery? Not archery. What is this called? Marksman competition?
You would have to go to the Estates District.
Ah, okay.
How much are the passes? I'm gonna find a sign.
The passes. I know, everything costs money. This is life of the game. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's fine.
So a single trip is 5 gold. A day pass is 20 gold. A week is 100 gold. A month is 250 gold. A year is 2,500 gold. And then if you're a student, you ride for free.
I'm a student!
Are
Let's
you
go.
Yes, I am.
a student of College Place?
Not of college, please.
Well, that's what
Like a
that
bard
means.
college, basically.
I'm a student. I'm a music student.
Can I forge a student ID?
You could try.
Rude.
Can I use my tinker tools?
No.
You'd probably use calligraphers tools,
Yeah.
like those samurai fighters get for some reason.
Or a forgery kit.
Oh, well,
I don't have any of those.
I don't either.
Alright, well, how much was it for a day pass?
A day pass is 20 gold. A single trip is 5.
I'm just gonna do a single.
I will do a single as well.
Okay.
I
Single.
spent too much money on my clothes.
So you each buy a single trip. Halo, is he coming with you, or is he staying?
Oh, yes, we brought Halo.
behind? Okay.
What's Halo looking
Um,
like? What's he wearing? Is he stunting as well?
So yeah, he actually looks very well off. He's got a lot of like gold jewelry accenting his priestly vestments.
Oh, Halo, you look really nice.
His cheeks immediately like turn. His face is like primarily white because he's the sort of like angelfish Triton. But his cheeks like turn this like shade of slight orange as he like looks away.
Is he coming with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lux will just nudge him and be like, "Don't worry, you look fine. You look cute. It's a good look for you."
Yeah, you look cute. What's he wearing again?
It's like priestly vestments. So
Oh.
like robes, basically.
You look nice.
All right. So yeah, you all pile into the train. It's crowded with businessmen, students, the like.
Could I
And-
hide under his robe to get onto the sack train? So I don't have to pay.
Make a stealth check.
Okay. It's just 5 gold. No, I got a 5. I trip. Never mind. I pay. I'll pay it.
Oh my gosh.
I think you like trip him and he falls, and like one of the guards like blow their whistles at you. But yeah, you guys all sneak. No, you don't all sneak. I'm sorry. You all get onto the train. The doors close, and an indicator light above says, "Please face forward."
Okay, I face forward.
I face forward. Oh, yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Face
Full
forward.
face forward.
Does Lorian face forward?
Yes.
So the doors close, and it says, "Departing to the Estate District." And with that, you guys see this out of just your peripheries, but like this dazzling like rainbow washes over the window as you guys like feel the train like lurch impossibly fast forward, and like a split second later, the doors are opening and says,
Now at the Estates District. Have a nice day.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
That was like a roller coaster.
Okay.
Can I look around at the rest of the people?
yeah, the rest of them are beginning to like grab their luggage and get off the train.
Let's go.
Yeah, you guys, begin down the estate, which they have trolleys that are going up and down the roads. You eventually find the wrought iron fence of the Charleston estate, which is currently open as people are coming and going. There's a bouncer checking people's invitations, assuming you guys have all brought yours.
Yes.
He looks at them, nods, and you guys find yourselves surrounded by more greenery than you've probably seen anywhere else other than like outside the 10th kingdom. All of the hedges are like immaculately trimmed. There's gardeners and landscapers still tending to the what looks like already perfect landscape.
Wow. It's beautiful here, isn't it?
So that's what wealth looks like.
Hmm.
One day, maybe one day.
I don't think I'll ever be this rich, honestly.
Oh, not this. Maybe just the upper district. I don't know. But they got some good food here.
As you say that, you smell the scent of food as you look over, and there are white tents sort of like pitched where you see like barbecue smoke and the like rising from the air.
Oh boy. Is there a lot of people?
Yeah, this place is packed, and
Okay.
they're all the rich, sort of like noble, snotty type. You hear an obnoxious laugh. Oh!
Oh my gosh, amazing.
I want to go get barbecue, but I'm gonna stick with the party. I'm just gonna, is it loud?
No, it's all very politely quiet.
Okay.
Like, people are having, like, pleasant conversations.
I'll tug on. Oh my god, I just.
Marcus?
No,
Lorian?
not Marcus.
Halo?
Oh my
Lux?
god, why? I can't think of
Lux?
anybody's names. I completely blanked on the whole party's names. I'll tug
Yeah,
on
Lauren's
Lux's,
me.
like, pants leg, and I'll be
Uh-huh.
like, I don't want to leave you guys, but later can we go get barbecue?
I mean, I think we can. Marcus, do you have to check in or anything? Or, I mean, if we're looking for investigating, shouldn't we
Investigate the quality of their food?
I wasn't exactly thinking that, but I was thinking to investigate some of the people around here, yeah. Which could be at the food table.
I think it's definitely at the food table.
Well, B and I could go do that, and you guys could, snoop around with some others.
You investigate another food table.
Marcus will probably go check in and then try and get the lay of the land.
Yeah, I'll take B if, yeah. And Lux looks really nice, and she's got her glowing horns and her glowing eyes, and she is a sight to behold. She looks great. She's wearing like a black dress.
Well, let's start with Marcus, as he's the one checking in. So, quickly you realize, Marcus, that though this be a fancy party, it's actually not very organized. There's not a lot of instruction on where to go.
Of course.
So, if you would, please make an investigation roll. Oh, you might want to save those good rolls for later.
That's what I was thinking.
It doesn't take you long before you find this large, towering mountain of a man. He's got this curly red beard that sort of flows into his long, curly ginger hair. And he's like laughing boisterously. And you can see he's decked out in a bunch of firearms. He's got them all over his body, and you hear him having a conversation with another person. This looks to be the estate owner, Philip Charleston.
The big guy or the one talking to?
The big guy.
I will approach them, and as best as I can do, I will cordially try to interrupt and break my way into the conversation.
Did Marcus bring his gun?
Yes. He also brought Charleston's revolver or pistol thing.
Do you have your gun like in a bag, or is it just like proudly slung over your shoulder?
It is over my shoulder, and it's probably in one of those really big rifle holsters on his back.
Nice. So, yeah, he finishes laughing and turns to you, looks you up and down, gives you a quick smirk. You be one of my competitors then.
Aye, sir. I am.
Well, I hope that sniper rifle of yours packs a punch. I'll be watching.
Good. Looking forward to the challenge.
What's your name? If you don't
I'm
mind
Marcus.
me asking.
Not at all. I'm Marcus.
And with that, he outstretches a large, beefy hand. My name's Philip Charleston, but I'm sure you heard of me.
I certainly have heard of you.
And he kind of like looks around. He's, could you make a? I just want you to like see what your impression is on him. Do you want to make a persuasion or charisma check of some sort?
Well, I'm not good with any of those things, but I'll try the persuasion.
Yeah, it's a 10. I think he interprets it as you being a little nervous, and he says, "Don't be nervous, Marcus. You'll do fine. I'm sure of it."
Marcus would just chuckle and say, "Thank you."
What is Marcus's like demeanor as he's talking to him?
He's just trying to be as neutral as possible. He's not like trying to ask any pressing questions. He's not trying to kind of dig into what is going on around or what his family's like and that kind of thing. He's just trying to make a general conversation. Probably slightly nervous because he's in a new place.
He looks at you, and from your perspective, you can tell though he might have money, he does not act like a noble whatsoever. He certainly doesn't dress like one. He looks like he's dressed for an adventure of some sort. And with that, where do you go?
With that, I'd ask him which of these fine tents has the best drinks.
Yeah, and he like smirks. He points at one that has like cocktails. He's like, "You can try over there if you're like these other rich, snotty people. Or if you're into beer," he points to another table where similar type people as him are probably already drunk, throwing back large tankards of beer. "You can try your luck at that table."
I look at him in the eye and go, "Look at me. Do you think I really belong with some cocktails?"
Yeah, and he lets out another boisterous laugh as he slams you on the back with his large meat hand.
All right, I'm gonna head over towards those. And give me the beer.
Yeah, so let's go back to Lux. So what are you doing?
Yeah, so I have taken B. Like I'm ushering her towards the food table so I can keep an eye on her, but I will go to the cocktail tent. Well, I mean, I'm trying to get the good information off the drunks, you know?
Oh, that's very good. So I'll pile a plate up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll just quietly follow behind her.
There's like bacon wrapped scallops,
Yes.
there's caviar.
Ooh, what kind of barbecue do they have?
Probably teriyaki.
Is it vinegar based? That's the main question.
Sure.
That's the right answer.
Oh no, it was. I knew it was a test too. and I was like, "What's he gonna say? What's he
Well, in
gonna
the north,
say?"
we don't have vinegar-based barbecue.
Oh, it's so good.
Anyway,
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's my husband's favorite too.
Anyway.
Vinegar based. Sorry.
Yes. So I'll pile up some barbecue on my plate, get some of them scallops, get some barbecue sauce, hickory smoked barbecue sauce. Anything else I could get? Usually there's mac and cheese. Get some mac and cheese. And
Lobster mac and cheese. Lobster mac and cheese.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that's be posh.
Very
And
fancy.
then I'll get some napkins. I'll tuck one into my collar.
Mhm.
So if I drop any, it's not on my nice clothes.
Great.
And I'll just follow quietly behind Lux.
All right. Lux, could you make a perception check for me, please?
Yeah, I would be more than happy to.
All right.
Can I make a perception check?
You can make the perception check
Yes!
too.
Oh, that
Because
hurt.
literally all I'm doing
I'll give
is
you a
staring
bardic.
at her.
I'll give you a bardic inspiration. That's
Yes.
it.
All I'm doing is like staring at her, following her.
Okay.
Yeah, add a d6 to whatever you roll.
Is it perception?
Yep. Perception.
D6, D6.
I don't know why Beatrice is able to. I know why you're able to smell this. You smell it because it offends your nose while you're trying to enjoy your savory barbecue.
That's exactly what
It's
happens.
like smelling a candle. You smell the scent of rosemary and sandalwood as a lady passes by you.
Why? That smells nothing like food. Who smells like that?
Smells like what?
It smells. And then I'm gonna smell my barbecue. Not like this. It smells like, what's that one spice you used to cook?
Basil.
No,
Cilantro.
not thyme. I think
Sage.
Rosemary.
Rosemary. Okay. Wait, it smells
and
like...
I'm gonna smell it and smell the air again. I'll be like,
So while you're speaking very loudly, you hear someone at the cocktail table. Would you mind keeping it down? Some of us are trying to have polite conversations.
yeah, I'm sure you should keep it down. Your voice is really annoying.
Oh my god, Lux immediately puts her hand over her Beatrice's mouth when she starts to speak and just turns and is like, I am so sorry. You'll have to apologize, my friend. She's a little, she just is excited. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you so much for being understanding. And then she'll like wink at the guy and then look back at B and be like, come on, B, help me out here.
I'm sorry. The other smell was sandalwood.
Wait,
That's what it was.
Sandalwood and rosemary. You said you smelled like that on some... Oh, no. Oh, no. Uh-oh. What direction did it come in?
I feel like make a perception check.
Would I also make that?
Hold on. 13!
Okay. I think she got pretty far away before you were able to smell or to see her.
But
if you would like, Beatrice, you may also make a perception check. I'm going to say DC 15 to see her.
Okay.
if you need it, here's a bardic inspiration. You can use it here or somewhere else. Just
Using
you have...
a lot of those bardic inspirations.
I got it. Look, I just gave it to B. It's fine. You have a D6 for later. Yeah, this is important.
Yeah, so you see her, and the reason why you're able to see her is because she's standing next to this massive pirate-looking man, and he's laughing very loudly, and she's looking very irritated and annoyed, like, I can't believe I'm next to this guy. And you hear like him talking loudly. But yeah, you see her.
All right. And I'm gonna like what's it like, not point.
Nod, gesture.
Yeah,
Gesture?
like nod that way. I'll be like, over there.
Right. I see them now that she's gestured in that direction, and I will head over that way I will swipe up a martini from the cocktail tent and glide on over.
You come before this man and this woman that smells like sandalwood and rosemary, and he kind of like looks at you and cocks an eye. He's like, "Are you enjoying the party?"
It's an absolutely wonderful party. Thank you so much. My name's Lux.
Glad to hear it.
My name's Lux. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. And he like outstretches his hand to you, which is probably his fingers outstretched is like bigger than your head.
Oh my gosh. She will shake his hand very delicately.
Yeah, and he shakes your hand delicately as well, and he says, "Now, what can I do for you?"
No, I was just this is so strange. So I had a whiff of a scent that led me this way of rosemary and sandalwood. It was absolutely intoxicating. And I'm wondering who could possibly be wearing such a nice perfume and where I could obtain some.
And yeah, at that he says, "Well, that would be my daughter." And he gestures, and she kind of like looks at him like, "I don't know these people, whatever." Yes, hello. My name is Fiona.
Hi, Fiona. I'm Lux. It's really nice to meet you. Where did you get such a lovely scent?
I don't remember who made it, but
Interesting.
it was a gift.
Oh, that's really sweet.
And she's kind of like eyeing you suspiciously.
Oh yeah, because we've met before, bitch.
Lux just has the biggest grin on. Does her chin look familiar to me?
It's going to be a hard perception check. Make a perception check.
You know what? It's worth it.
Her chin looks very familiar to you. Yes,
Oh my gosh, 2 nat 20.
guys, you're using all the good rolls here. This is
And it's us just fucking around, too.
Oh no, this is not fucking around. This is important.
I guess me fucking around.
No.
Oh, no, never mind.
Oh no, this is good. Lux will just smile. Fiona, would you care to get a drink with me?
I don't know that I should. I don't know you. And she's like acting very suspicious for no reason. And the big guy, he kind of like eyes her. What are you talking about? This is a party. Go enjoy yourself. And he like nudges her with his massive elbow, and she stumbles forward and looks at you, and she's like, "Let me show you where to get the best drinks then."
Great. I'd love to.
Meanwhile, what are our 2 pious boys doing?
Well, he's just gonna be like examining the surroundings and trying to keep an eye out on his pals. But once everyone starts yelling at each other, he's gonna be like, you go, guys." He's gonna look for some non-alcoholic drinks.
Okay. Do you look for anyone in particular? Are you looking for people to talk to? Are you looking for the other contestants?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if anybody else is toting guns, and if I can, let Marcus know their abilities and weaknesses. If I, give him a good look.
Sure. I think as you peruse the party, you see 2 individuals. One is dressed in all black. They're wearing a mask for some reason, and it comes to a point, kind of like a plague doctor mask. And they're wearing like this big sort of like feathery, well, not big, this sort of like pointed feathered hat. And the other one is a dwarf. He's got like a cigar sticking out of his mouth that is burned out a long time ago, as he's toting a massive 2-handed heavy gun. And the darkly cloaked figure is like has his arms crossed, as the dwarf is like going over every inch of his gun and how well it's designed. The cloaked figure is also, like Marcus, toting a sniper rifle.
Yeah, he's just gonna scope him out. Is there a check?
Well, what would you want to know other than that about them?
If there are any weaknesses that Marcus could exploit without actively cheating.
I mean, I'm not sure if you could do that with an insight roll.
Like if someone's got a limp, or someone's missing a finger, something like that.
Yeah, you can make an insight roll.
17.
So with the 17, you figure that the dwarf is a little clumsy. He's also like swinging around the big gun, and the other individual, though you can't see their face, they do seem in a way a little bit decrepit.
Okay.
Let's go back to Marcus. So Marcus, what would you do now that you have met the host of the party? Let's get tankards of beer.
Yes.
Is he joining me over with the ruckus, or is he staying over where he was?
He's kind of like in the center of it all, like seeing people come and greeting them.
Got it. All right. Well, I'd probably head into get a beer, and I'd just keep my ears open, see what I can pick up from around the boisterous crowd.
Okay. If you would make a perception roll for me. Not sure if you notice what I had in mind with that. So yeah, just a lot of people kind of milling about, getting ready for the event.
Sounds good. I'd probably head over to the bar and see if I can find a barkeep that's not terribly busy.
Yeah, it's not an issue.
Okay. I'd approach one of them and say,
This is quite the soiree you guys got going on here. Are you here fairly frequently?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're just catering today.
Hmm. I see. So you've never been to the property before, then?
Oh no, we've come here quite often. In fact, Mr. Charlton actually asks us to provide drinks quite often.
Well, where do you guys keep all the drinks? Is this? I gestured to the bar. This can't be all of them.
And with that, he kind of like gives you an odd look. He says, "Well, most of it is moved magically or through magic means." And as he says that, you see the glass he's polishing has like the Ellie's Elixirs logo on it.
Of course it does. All right. I look at him and say, your company isn't associated with Ellie's, is it?
Oh no, of course we do.
Oh.
Most people just know her for her potions, but she has many brews that are quite enticing. May I offer you a bottle?
I would love some, yes.
Yeah, and he pulls out a bottle of fine like wine, basically, and pours it. You see sparks of like magical like dust sparkle off of it, and he swirls it around and hands you the glass.
This looks quite powerful. What kind of effects does it have?
Well, same as any alcohol might do if you have too much. And he looks at your gun and he says, "And I'm guessing if you're one of the contestants, maybe that's not such a good idea."
Yes, I do not want to have too much, which is why I asked about that. I will just give it a nice, give it a taste, give it a smell, and say, wow, this is really amazing.
So what's Marcus's like favorite drink to have?
That'd probably be a root beer with a hint of vanilla to it.
Yeah, so the drink that you're drinking actually has some of those like hints of that in it.
I just would Mark would be taken aback a little bit and say that tastes like root beer? It feels warm, like vanilla-y. That's weird.
He kind of gives you a snide smile. Yes, that one is well, it's the drinker's choice, of course. And he like turns the bottle around, and that's the name of the drink.
Drinker's choice. Huh. That's clever. Very clever. So Marx would probably look around, and he would make a general show of looking for a restroom of some kind. And he would ask the barkeep where he could politely evacuate himself.
Yeah, and he gestures to a it's not attached to the main house, but there's like a smaller sort of terrace with a building on it. Almost looks like a miniature rec center, and it has like bathrooms there.
Okay. I put the remainder of the glass in the bar and thank him for his time. And as he turns to head towards the rec center, he would probably put a cursory eye kind of across the people who are still in the area, just trying to see if he can see anyone who might be a competitor for him.
I think you're able to see the two people. You see the cloaked individual in the mask, as well as the dwarf who's like chewing at this point on his cigar.
Well, I would nod in their general direction if I catch their eye, and then I'll keep heading out.
And I guess that brings us back to Beatrice and Lux. So Fiona brings you over to a table, and she kind of like under her breath says, "Can I help you with something?"
Yes, I just wanted to know. You said that perfume was a gift. Maybe you got it at a shop. You know, I was recently shopping at this place called Ripley's Miracles. Just sometime last week, and there was a couple of perfume shops nearby. Have you heard of it?
She doesn't respond. She just looks at you.
So I'm guessing that's no. I ran into a woman who had a very similar perfume to you, and it was enticing to me then. And I'm just wondering if, it must be a very popular scent since you're wearing it as well.
What a wonderful coincidence that two people would be wearing the same perfume.
I know, it's quite serendipitous, especially considering that it's such like a refined scent. Because perfumes kind of have many layered scents, but just to be able to pick out the exact sense of sandalwood and rosemary, just kind of amazing, if you ask me. I'll have to try to find someone to make an oil blend like that for me, especially with it being so strong. It seems like a signature scent that you wear, and somebody bought it for you, you said. A boyfriend, a girlfriend, a mysterious lover.
My father.
Oh, that's so sweet. You don't seem to like him very much, though, I can just tell.
He can be a bit grating at times. Though it's all in good fun, I'd imagine.
Can I insight that? Because I don't feel like she thinks that that's true.
Sure. Go ahead and make that insight roll.
Yeah, I want to see if she's being honest about that. Oh, good.
Yeah, so you just look at her stone cold face, and the second like someone like addresses her out of the conversation, her face completely shifts to a more like courteous look, and she kind of turns her eye back to you. If that's everything, I think we're done.
Oh, well,
I hope you enjoy the party.
I thought we were going to have a drink, Fiona.
Oh, that's where she brought you.
Oh, Lux has finished her drink and is like, I thought we were going to have a couple of drinks. I don't see why we couldn't start becoming friends. It might be nice. I don't understand what it's like to have such a boisterous father. My father passed away when I was quite young. I don't remember anything about him. But, perhaps to have another friend to kind of get away from everything, another girlfriend. She's really trying to convince her to stay.
You're awfully nosy for someone who's visiting our state.
Ooh, oh, what a burn. Lux will just kind of blink. I've visited before, and I wouldn't say that I'm nosy, but I can be if there's something interesting to uncover. There wouldn't be anything interesting to uncover now, would there, Fiona?
I'm sorry. Yeah, so you say that, and she there's like a second where she's like, who is this person? Why is she talking to me? And you see that look come across her face as she's just like done with the conversation.
Can I charm person?
You can sure try.
Oh!
Can I come up and tug on Lux's pants leg and give her guidance on it? Can she do that?
So charm person is a saving throw against the target.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna try to help.
All right, what's your save DC?
It's 14.
14. Okay. She needs to make a wisdom save.
Let me click on this.
This is the revenge against the DM now for making. Oh, jeez.
This is the wisdom save. It sure is.
Oh snap.
No! Oh no! I am in trouble.
Yeah. So, what does it look like when you try and cast this on her?
It's just kind of like a moving of the the fingers like very slightly over like the rim of her glass. If there's like a little cocktail, it's a martini, so if there's like a little cocktail sorter toothpick with like an olive, she's definitely pushing that around the rim of it and just kind of like muttering the enchantment a little bit under her breath.
It'd be cool if like the sound from the glass like was
Yes.
what charmed her slightly.
Yes, that exactly. She's definitely trying to make the sound. So
Yeah, so she hears that like ringing in her head. You see her like shake her eyes briefly, and she like blinks and looks at you, and you see pure fury come over this noblewoman's face, and she says, what are you trying to do? Who are you?" And immediately at that point, her father comes up, and he like looks at her, and he says, "Now, Fiona, you're not trying to scare away our guests, are you?" And she like looks up at him. A split moment of fear comes over her eyes, and she says, "No, nothing."
yeah, as soon as he does
okay.
that, Lux just immediately goes to like her crying face and puts her hand down on the table, and she's like, "I don't know what I did. I was just trying to get the olive out of my glass. I'm so sorry."
Yeah, so Fiona like storms off angrily, but the big guy behind you, he says, don't be offended. She can be like that towards a lot of people of our ilk."
Of our ilk? I mean, this is your contest. You're a noble as well, and I'm just not. She made me feel like such a fraud.
Don't feel that way. I'm not exactly cut from the same cloth, and I wish my daughter were of my cloth, but she just isn't, so.
Question: did she see me the whole time with Lux, even though I didn't say anything?
Yeah. What were you doing then?
I was just chilling in the background eating.
Okay.
I didn't know if like she saw me.
Yeah. But he continues. "I hope me daughter didn't ruin your time at the party. I don't want any of my guests to feel unwelcomed."
No, she didn't. I didn't know that you and I could have been cut from the same cloth. That's so reassuring, honestly. And I'm so sorry if I somehow disturbed Fiona by being so lowly.
Yeah, and he like shakes his head. "No, don't think that way. She's probably got a stick up her ass or something."
Oh my gosh. That will make Lux laugh a little bit, and she'll just like she'll take her like cocktail napkin and she'll dab her eyes, although she did pick up some water on the way going upwards to make it look like she was actually crying. Like swiped it off the table. Well, I thought I actually ran into her a few days ago at a magic shop when I was going into to get some things for my friends, and I just noticed her perfume, the rosemary and sandalwood. It's absolutely divine. But she said it was a coincidence, so it just seemed like such a particular and special blend. I was trying to get out of her where she might have purchased it, and she said you actually got it for her, so just...
I did. It smelled and immediately thought of her when she was little.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm sure she is a sweet girl. She just... I don't know.
Well, don't let her get to you. Enjoy the party, all right?
All right.
I believe the competition is to be starting soon.
Oh, great. My good friend Marcus is in the competition.
I met Marcus. He seemed like a fine lad.
Ah, you have such an interesting accent.
I do, don't I?
I'm quite enamored with it, honestly. Well, yes, good luck, and good luck to Marcus, and I'll be cheering everyone on. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll go get another martini.
All right. I need someone to make one last perception check to find this poor NPC who is lost, and you have not met him yet.
Oh no!
Any volunteers?
I got you, homie.
Okay. A 23 is fine. Lori and oh wait, that was Mike that rolled that.
Yeah, I got a 3.
Mike,
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
you see a dapper looking fellow, though he seems to be like the nerdy type, and looks very out of place at this party.
I'm going to approach him because I feel a little bit of camaraderie with him, as I feel completely out of place too.
Okay. Yeah, and he's actually like looking around looking for someone, maybe. He's barely touched anything on his plate. And you walk up, he barely notices you. And assuming you say something, he like looks at you startled.
I'd say, oh, I thought I was the only one who didn't belong here.
Hi. You haven't seen the competitors here yet. I'm looking for one of them.
Well, I'm one of them. Who are you looking for?
I haven't seen him come in here. I've only seen those two and yourself. And he points at the other two competitors.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they would come through, they'd have to check in over here. So, why are you looking for them?
You can see like he's like very nervous for some reason. Could you make a I've asked you to do this so much. I'm sorry. Could you make a persuasion roll?
I will do my best.
Yeah, 14 is fine. So yeah, he like looks at you sort of suspiciously, and he says, "Well, I was actually hired by him to help win the competition."
And how are you expecting to do that? It's kind of hard to mess with somebody who's on the line away from you.
Well, you see, I have ways of doing so, and I saw a particularly good future. I don't know who it's for, but
Okay. Did you happen to see any part of this person while you were looking at their future?
He shakes his head and he says, "No, it doesn't really work like that. It's sort of hard to explain."
Okay. So what do you plan on doing?
Well, when he was going to take the shot, I was going to give him an easy success, as it were. But he's not here, and I'm not going to get paid.
How much did he
I
offer
came
you?
to this thing for nothing.
I'm curious what he offered you.
50 gold.
50 gold. Okay. I'll double it if you want to help me out instead.
Yeah, yes, of course.
So, tell me more.
And with that, I will explain that he is a wizard with portent rolls. Whenever you want to use one of his rolls, you just have to let me know. He rolled for the day an 11 and a 19.
Okay, 11, 19.
You have to use them before rolling. You can't roll and then decide.
Okay.
But basically, whenever you want to use them, you can.
Cool.
And you're paying him 100 gold to do it?
Yes, but I'm going to stipulate after I win.
Okay, sounds good. With that, a whistle is blown, and the competitors are gathered on the east terrace, where you can see a large firing range has been set up. Philip is under a shaded tent with his big chair, and next to him sits Fiona, who is looking a little more anxious than before. What is everyone doing?
Lauren's gonna watch the show.
I'm gonna probably try to stay within, I'd say about 30 to 60 feet of Fiona, if possible.
Okay, sure.
60 or 30 would be preferable, as it would just totally do anything, keep anything that I wanted to do right there. So, yeah, I'm very suspicious of her. She seems very, very sus right now.
Before Marcus walked out, can I have went up to him and gave him a high five Been like, good luck, and then give him guidance.
Lasts for a minute, right?
You don't think it would start for a minute?
I mean, you can still do it.
I'll still do it. Why not?
Oh,
Right.
can I give Marcus a bardic inspiration?
You sure can.
Yeah, Marcus, take that bardic inspiration, baby.
How do you inspire him?
You know, I get really close. I come over and I get close and I put my hands on his shoulder. I'm like, Marcus, I really think that you've got this. And I give him a kiss on the cheek.
Oh. Marcus blushes a little bit and says, "Thank you so much."
You'll do
My
really
high
well.
five was better.
It's more like a low five, am I right, Being? Because you know you're
That was so mean.
So I like this picture. So B walks over, gives him a high five. Then immediately after, Lux walks up and gives him a kiss on the shoulder.
on the
As soon as
cheek.
Lux,
On the cheek.
or- I don't know why I said shoulder.
Kiss on the shoulder.
I don't know why I said shoulder. Immediately as like Lux walks away, we just see Halo standing behind her, and he just kind of like looks from side to side and gives you a thumbs up and walks away. Does Lorian do anything?
He will just watch in surprise.
The three of you gather below the eastern terrace, and Philip Charleston stands up, outstretches his hands. He says, "Welcome to me marksman competition. The three of you, one of you seems to be missing. There's supposed to be four. Where's Jason? He didn't come? Anyway, you three, you are my competitors this year." And he points down at the firing range, where you can see at the end three distinctly sized targets. Those be your targets. You can choose which one you want to shoot, but the larger one is worth less points than the smaller of the two. If you can hit them, you score points. The one with the most points at the end wins the game. Who would like to go first?
Go first, Mike.
Marcus is going first.
Good luck, Marcus.
Guidance.
Yay!
So you have 5 shots. The big target has an AC of 12
Okay.
and awards you 5 points. The medium target has an AC of 15 and awards you 10 points. The smallest target has an AC of 20 and is worth 25 points.
So this isn't going to be an ability check.
No, it's not an ability check.
Well, then my guidance doesn't matter.
If market performance for the crowd, maybe that'll be that. So each of the 3 targets has a smaller target in the center of them. If you get a critical hit, that means you hit this center and you get an additional 5 bonus points on that target.
A question for you. In regards to sniper's precision, could I spend 8 of the grit points and get a center shot? Or
How many points?
Sorry, 4. 4 of the precision points to go for like the heart of the target.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
So we see Marcus step up to the firing spot, and as he like steps on the grass, Marcus doesn't notice this, but the ground is like slightly soft, and we get a quick view under the ground as a bottle with a scorpion inside, below the compacting earth, gets a crack in it.
Great. All right. I guess for my first shot, I'm going to use the 19 from the portent, and I'm going to use 4 precision points to hit the center of it.
Okay, so no roll at all. You fire down the range, immediately hitting the smaller target, which with a 19, I'm sure your bonus hits a 20.
Yes, I have a bonus of +6.
And so you immediately score 30 points right off the bat. The crowd is like hushed. A couple of the like nobles like nod at each other like, yes, this was quite a good shot, very good. And then the louder guys was like, did he hit it? I didn't see him hit it.
The way this
And-
works, is it like I fire a shot and then they fire a shot, or do I?
Yes, so
fire
you will
shots?
be taking turns.
Cool. Okay.
So that was your first shot. The dwarven gunner is next as he hefts his large hand cannon up. He like looks down, he like squints, he's like, can't even see that far. Oh well. Hasta la vista, baby. And he's gonna shoot at the he saw you shoot at the small target, he's going for that too. There's no way he can't. He misses. He gets a 16 and misses the smaller target. So yeah, it just like flies wide, and he's like, I missed. Damn it. And he like takes out his cigar and throws it on the ground. The last figure, the cloaked one, walks up, hefts up his sniper rifle, looks down. He's also going to go for the small target. Oh my gosh, nat 1. Jesus Christ. So his yeah, he like fires, and a bunch of like spray, like a powder like flashes in his eyes. He yelps in a bit of pain and then like rubs his eyes. And Philip shouts, "Oh, don't worry about that. Happens to the best of us." And he like nudges his daughter, who's like, "I am so over this right now." Marcus, that's back to you.
Holy shit.
Jesus. He got a nat 1, he still has a 10. Shit.
Yup. Yup.
Okay. Alrighty then. I'm going to use the Wizard's Portent of 11
Okay.
to hit the middle target.
Okay.
And I'm going to use 4 more of the precision points to get the center of the target.
So that's another 15, putting you at 45. Garrett, the dwarf, he says, "I'll get it this time." And he shoots at the middle target, missing it because the AC is 15. Poor Garrett. The last guy, he's going to shoot at the smaller target once more, getting a 27 and nailing it for 25 points. That brings it back to Marcus. This is your third shot.
I would like to shoot at these small targets.
Small target. All right.
Yep.
Oof. Not enough. It goes just wide of it. Garrett,
Oh, wait, I can use Bardic Inspiration.
you can use Bardic Inspiration. I forgot.
Yes.
It's a D6, 1d6.
We're making the
Come
rolls out.
on. Okay, that's just enough. That's just enough. So that puts you at 70 points.
Nice.
Garrett was about to laugh and say, "That's what it feels like," and then you hit it, and he just like has a little tantrum for a second. Then the third individual is going to go. This was your third shot, right?
Yes. Yes, that was my third shot.
All right.
No.
So he's going to fire at the small target as well. It's a 24.
Boo.
He's trailing you by 20 points.
Oh no.
And then Garrett still has 0 points. All right. This is your fourth shot now. What would you like to do?
I'm going to shoot the small target again.
Oh no. This time Garrett like lets out a very childish "ha ha, you missed."
I'm gonna punch this dude. I'm gonna jump over the stands and hit him with my sword.
Oh no.
Divine smite.
That brings it to Slade's turn, who is going to fire at the smaller target.
Question: is Marcus within 60 feet of us?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so after Marcus misses that shot, I yell out I cut my hands around and I go, "Marcus, you can do it!" And I give him my last Bardic Inspiration.
Oh. All right,
Yeah.
so this is Slade's fourth shot. He's going to go for the smaller target. He just missed it. All right, this is the last shot. You only need to hit the medium target to beat him, unless he gets a crit on this one.
One shot, do not miss your chance.
I am going to totally do the middle place, middle target, just so I don't fuck this up. Fuck me.
That'll do. So that's another 10 points for you. All right, that's Slade's turn. So he's going to take his last shot. Garrett at this point has put down his heavy cannon. He's like, it's not worth it. It wasn't even fair. And Slade is going to step on the firing zone. And right as he's about to take his shot, his foot caves into the ground. We see in the ground the scorpion break out of the bottle, and erupting from the earth, this huge scorpion erupts out.
Time for battle.
The entire estate goes into a massive panic. Before you guys decide what you want to do, I will say, Lux, you look over to where Philip is just awestruck. He like stands up on his seat, and as he stands up, you see that Fiona is missing. Could you make a perception check for me, please?
I certainly can. An
Nice.
8.
Lorian and Beatrice, if you would like to make perception checks as well. Lorian is able to see right as like the scorpion breaks out of the bottle and is unearthed. You look over and you see a woman in this sort of like noble-looking sundress dart inside the building through one of the side doors.
Is it too late to cast command?
She's already inside the building. But you, with the perception check, you do see her go inside. I guess next time we'll pick it up with initiative.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy the session.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That was fun.
This was a lot of fun.
I loved fighting barbecue.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Radio D&D. Make sure to join us next time, and make sure to check out Ben, who created our podcast cover art at Drawforth Arts on Instagram.